Has James Charles really been deleting comments on YouTube again? Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. In today's respill, we're going to be investigating Jaclyn Hill's products getting exposed, Shane Dawson getting exposed by Ryland's cousin, Kim Kardashian speaking out about Britney Spears, and James Charles trying to hide from his grooming allegations. So, James Charles is currently ignoring all the allegations against him that he's a groomer. Not long ago, when a 16-year-old TikToker started trending for sharing his experience with James posted a public statement addressing the allegations. This did not receive well with his fans, not only because he has been called out for minors in the past, but because more and more people started coming forward and sharing their experiences with James after he'd posted his statement. James is obviously receiving criticism by fans after returning to YouTube after a very short break. This shows that he literally does not care and knows he can get away with just about anything because he redeemed himself in the past after Tati and Jeffrey accused him of being a predator. In a YouTube video uploaded on the 5th of March, James did not address any allegations at all. He just got back to business filming his videos like nothing had ever happened. However, people in the comments were quick to remind James about the allegations against him. James Charles gonna go from high sisters to high officers. Crazy how YouTube continues to protect and prop up SOers on their platform. It triggers me that he's acting like nothing happened. Me laughing because he thinks he's untouchable and is just slithering back onto the internet. It's really frustrating how famous people can get away with anything. After comments like "so" started appearing at the top of James's video, heaps of people then started accusing James of deleting the YouTube comments. The fact that your newest video clearly shows you deleting comments, does the truth hurt, sister? Hashtag predator. Not James Charles deleting my comment on his latest video, reminding everyone that he sent nudes to a 16-year-old. Ha ha ha. Another thing fans are pointing out is how other influencers are still publicly supporting James, despite countless alleged victims coming forward with their stories. Noah Beck, a famous TikToker who is dating Dixie D'Amelio, pledged his support to James after being questioned about him by the paparazzi. Whilst Dixie looked extremely uncomfortable and ignored the question, Noah responded, "I love James," before backing out of the parking lot in his car. Not only are James's peers still supporting him and not holding him accountable, but some of his young and naive fan base are sticking up for him no matter what. Someone on Twitter had tweeted, "Proof James Charles has too much influence over his young and naive audience. He was them, not them. Don't make it worse than it is." The kid faked his age and claimed to be 18 and leaked James's pics, so in court the kid will lose for doing two things. James is innocent. Yes, he shouldn't have sent pics no matter what the age, but still. I know what James did was wrong and that he shouldn't have done that, but the guy didn't even try to stop him from the looks of it. The guy could literally go to jail for leaking James's and lying about his age. Do you think James will ever publicly respond to the allegations against him? Or do you think he'll pull a Jeffree Star? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Shane Dawson is out here getting exposed once again. It seems like every day new dirt is dug up about his past, and it continues to shock his former fans. Shane Dawson was cancelled last year after posting a lengthy statement slamming the YouTube beauty community. His long thought out statement didn't go down well. People within the community started accusing Shane of using the beauty world as a cash grab, making millions off it with his conspiracy palette, and then bolting it and trashing it from the outside. He was then accused of gaslighting by Tati Westbrook, and it all went downhill from there. Shane's problematic history started to haunt him. Even to this day, more and more evidence from his past is resurfacing, including Ryland's cousin who recently exposed him. Ryland is Shane's fiancé, for those of you who don't know, and his alleged cousin recently exposed Shane on TikTok with some alarming news.
I'm probably gonna get a bunch of hate for this, but pretty much every single thing that Trisha Paytas has said about both of them, Ryland and Shane, was 100% accurate. Like, she was not lying to you.
Now, it's not actually known whether or not this is actually Ryland's cousin or just a troll, but either way, people were horrified because it reminded everyone of what Shane said he did to his cat. Jaclyn Hill has been receiving a lot of backlash after Trend Mood made a post recently sharing her new display at Ulta stores. In the comments section, Jaclyn was receiving criticism because her products didn't cater to people with darker skin. Instead of Jaclyn or Trend Mood responding to the comments were allegedly deleted. "My fully Filipino mum could only wear the darker shade, and she's not even that dark. Brands love to make like 7 shades that I could wear, and then just one deep one with no in between. I'm saying there's not as many options. Remember when Morphe released all the foundation shades and people of colour were still upset because they couldn't find these shades and felt it was a cash grab? This has the same energy. A disproportionate amount of light shades to dark shades is all. So Jacqueline is yet to make any comments surrounding this. However, she is still pointing out heaps of positive posts about stores selling her products. Someone who works at an Ulta store in Florida had commented under one of her posts, "We built this one today at ours. Didn't get our melanin colours, but I guess they're coming." So it appears heaps of stores are getting her products, but there's a lack of highlighters in stock that cater to darker skin. Kim Kardashian recently shared that she watched the Framing Britney Spears documentary, and it made her feel a lot of empathy for Britney. Kim shared how she could relate to Britney in a lot of ways, and made a point to draw a parallel between Britney and herself in her recent Instagram stories. So I finally watched the Britney Spears documentary this week, and it made me feel a lot of empathy for her. The way the media played a big role in her life the way it did can be very traumatizing, and it can really break even the strongest person. No matter how public someone's life may seem, no one deserves to be treated with such cruelty or judgment for entertainment. Looking back at my own experience, I remember a time when I felt this way. When I was pregnant with North, I was suffering from preeclampsia, which made me swell uncontrollably. I gained 60 pounds and delivered almost 6 weeks early, and I cried every single day over what happened to my body, mainly from the pressures of being constantly compared to what society considered a healthy pregnant person should look like, as well as being compared to Shamu the whale by the media. Looking at all the photos of myself online and in magazines made me so insecure, and I had this fear of wondering if I would ever get my pre-baby body back. I was shamed on a weekly basis with cover stories that made my insecurities so painful. I couldn't leave the house for months after. It really broke me. Luckily, I was able to take these frightening, embarrassing feelings and channel it into motivation to get me where I am today. But to say this didn't take a toll on me mentally would be a lie. I'm sharing this just to say I really hope everyone involved in the business of shaming and bullying someone to the point of breaking them down might reconsider and instead try to show some understanding and compassion. You just never fully know what someone is going through behind the scenes, and I've learned through my own experiences that it's always better to lead with kindness. Britney Spears and Kim Kardashian are just 2 examples of countless women that have been torn down over the years. The release of Britney's exposing documentary has been shocking for all. People who used to badmouth her in the past have now come forward with regrets on how Britney was covered during that vulnerable period of her life. Let me know your thoughts on all this drama in the comments.